If you warm up the wrong way, you are more likely to get injured, off to a lot of slow starts, and never play to your potential. In this video, I'm going to help you avoid 10 of the most common warm-up mistakes that most golfers make. When you avoid these, I know that you are going to play better golf every single round. Plus, you're probably going to play a lot longer and in a lot less pain because you're actually warming up the right way. If you continue to make these mistakes, you are risking your golf career. All 10 of these mistakes are equally important, and number 5 to me is the most common one I see with everyday golfers. And number 10 is the one that I know that when you avoid that mistake, you're going to enjoy the game more than ever. The number 1 warm-up mistake that most golfers make is simply not getting there early enough. If you fly into the parking lot like Vin Diesel in Fast and the Furious, you're setting yourself up for failure. You can't just get in there, get to your spot, run into the pro shop, and then rush to the first tee and think you're actually going to play your best golf. This can lead to being flustered and really just set a negative tone for the round. So make sure to plan ahead so that way you can get there at least 30 minutes early, preferably 45 to 60, especially if it's a tournament, so that way you can have plenty of time to get mentally and physically prepared for the round. The second warm-up mistake that most golfers make is heading straight to the driving range. Don't get me wrong, we want to make sure that we're warming up and that we are going to the range if possible, but if you go straight to the range, chances are you're like most golfers who are neglecting the putting green. And when you neglect the putting green, you are not going to know the speed of the greens, which is going to make it nearly impossible to score well. Don't forget that putting is 30 to 40% of all shots during a given round. So do not neglect the putting green. Go there first before the range so you don't skip it, and make sure you get the speed of the greens. The third warm-up mistake that a lot of golfers make is just hitting random putts, thinking somehow that is going to prepare you for the round. So getting to the putting green is one thing, but actually spending your time wisely is another. Don't take 3 balls and just throw them down at random distances and hope things are going to get better. You want to be very intentional with your putting warm-up routine. There's a lot of different routines you can do, but I like the one from Zen Golf. What he recommends doing is first hitting some 30-footers to the edge of the fringe. You're not trying to make any putts, you're simply trying to get a gauge of the speed. But instead of actually looking up at the ball, you're trying to figure out if you're going to be short, equal, or past the fringe, just trying to simply feel out the greens. Then Dr. Joseph Parent recommends putting to a tee from different distances. Again, we're not worried about the result. We're not trying to make putts yet. We're simply getting the speed dialed in. Then, once you feel good about the speed for those longer putts, then focus on those 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 footers so you see the ball go in the hole more often. This will help get that confidence up before the round, and don't forget the short putts are the ones that are most crucial to playing your best golf. The fourth warm-up mistake that most golfers make is neglecting these speed training tools, or at least stretching before it. Now, I'm not saying you need to do a full speed training session, not at all. However, you want to start by stretching out your body. Most of our bodies are way too tight. We're sitting all day, we're not stretching enough, we're not doing enough mobility. So start slowly. Make sure to stretch for a few minutes, get your body ready. And then what I like to do is actually do a light speed training session. So I like to use ripstick to get warmed up. Again, I'm not doing a full speed training session like Bryson or anything. I'm simply using these heavier golf clubs to make it easier. So when I do start hitting wedges and irons and woods, it feels better, and I've also found it's great for my tempo. The fifth warm-up mistake that too many golfers are making is going straight to hitting irons or even woods or even driver. I see this a lot, and please do not make this warm-up mistake. You are risking injury, and you're just not going to help your confidence levels either. So make sure to start with your wedges, then get to your irons, then get to your woods, and then to your driver. Warm up slowly. Even a few balls at each level will be better than just taking driver straight out of the bag. This is an easy mistake that you can avoid that I know will have a massive impact on your ability to get warmed up properly and hopefully avoid injuries. Before getting into the next warm-up mistake, make sure to hit the comments and let me know. Do you actually hit the driving range before every single round? Number 6 is using too many training aids. A warm-up is just that, a warm-up. It's not a practice session. I see a lot of guys out there tinkering with their swing and using 3 or 4 training aids and alignment sticks into baskets. They got all this stuff going on, and it's just setting you up to play golf swing and not play golf. You're not going to transform your swing before a round of golf. A warm-up is just to get your body and mind warmed up for the round. Do not try and make a bunch of swing changes. Otherwise, it's easy to get too mechanical out there, play golf swing, not worry about your target, and probably not have nearly as much fun. So yes, training aids are great. There's a bunch that I recommend on this channel, but don't use them before the round. Use them in practice sessions only, where you're simply trying to make some swing changes or re-groove your swing. The only training aid that you should be using before the round is an alignment stick. Make sure your alignment's good, that way you're not getting into any bad habits that are gonna translate to the course. The 7th mistake that so many golfers make before the round is judging your warm-up. Remember, it's a warm-up, it's not a practice session. So please do not think, if I hit it bad on the range, I'm gonna hit it bad on the course. Or if I hit it good on the range, I'm gonna hit it good on the course. It doesn't really matter. I've had countless rounds where I've hit it terrible on the range and flushed it on the course. Sometimes I've hit it great on the range and then hit it terribly on the course. Don't judge your warm-up session. Instead, just make sure you're getting loose, you're getting mentally ready, you're going through your progression of wedges, irons, woods, so that way you're prepared for all the shots you're about to hit in the upcoming round. The 8th warm-up mistake that I see a lot of golfers making, and I know is gonna hurt your game, is not going through your pre-shot routine. The last few swings, you wanna actually envision your first tee shot. Maybe it's hitting driver or 3-wood or hybrid. You wanna go through your full pre-shot routine with that club. Imagine you're on the first hole. Imagine walking into the shot, looking at your target, getting really clear, and creating an imaginary fairway on the driving range. Go through it, and once you end on a good one, then it's time to end your driving range session. Once you end on a good one, then you can head back to the putting green, go through a few last-minute putts, and then head to the first tee. When you go through your full pre-shot routine, using the club you're gonna hit on the first hole of the day, it's gonna have a huge impact on your confidence, because when you're standing on that first tee box, you're gonna be able to reduce those jitters and hopefully get off to a good start. The 9th warm-up mistake is not ending on that first tee shot. So again, if you're hitting a 3-wood, make sure the last shot you hit with your pre-shot routine is with a 3-wood, or it's with a hybrid, or it's with the driver. You wanna make sure to plan ahead. If you've never played the course, maybe even go up to the first hole before you even head to the range. That way you can get clear about it, and that way you can have confidence. To set yourself up for success on that first tee shot, make sure you're going through your full routine, using the club you're gonna hit, and end on a good shot. When you do, I know it's gonna have a huge impact on your confidence. And the final warm-up mistake that too many golfers make is not appreciating the game. Before every round, when I'm on the first tee box, I make sure to just kind of look out into the distance and just say, I'm so grateful to be here. And that's why I said earlier in the video, when you actually do this and have that gratitude for golf, I know you're gonna have more fun and probably play a lot better. I literally got the goosebumps just thinking about it, because we really are so grateful to be able to play this game, to have the time, to have the money, to have the health. So make sure to appreciate it. You never know when your last round of golf is gonna be, so have a lot more gratitude. When you have that attitude of gratitude, I know it's gonna help you play better, have more fun, and definitely score your best. If you're looking for more easy tips to play better golf without changing your swing, make sure to watch these 2 videos next.